It took 9 long years for Dave Andreychuk to get the call from the NHL Hall of Fame.
The Hockey Hall of Fame is pleased to welcome Dave Andreychuk as an honored member.
At 54, he didn't care how long he had to wait, just as long as his parents, especially his dad Julian, were alive when it happened.
He means the world to me, and what he meant on the behind the scenes, it's not about scoring goals and winning games. It's all kinds of things that we had to endure together.
Julian and Rosalind Andreychuk supported their son's NHL dream working in a steel mill in Hamilton, Ontario.
It must have been very difficult. Now as a parent myself, understanding this now, of the sacrifices that they had to make.
His blue-collar upbringing rubbed off on his style as a player in some ways.
The love of the game, the dedication, the hard work. There was always the fear, especially early in my career, that you're not going to make it as an NHL player, and what's next for you. And the fear of going back to the steel mill really drove me on.
It drove him to over 1,600 regular season games, 640 goals, 23 seasons, 6 franchises, and 1 Stanley Cup, which he finally captured in his second to last season playing.
I pretty much came to the fact that this wasn't going to happen for me. And, well, you know, let's face it, when I got here in 2000, nobody really expected us to win, 3 years later.
Dave Andreychuk, come on up.
He waited to win the Stanley Cup, and he waited to become a Hall of Famer. Too long in the eyes of his championship teammates.
It's about time. I mean, really? How did you not just get off the ice and walk it into the Hall? But my captain for my playing career is and always will be Dave Andreychuk.
We know Andy is kind of the godfather that kept us, kept us believing.
It's a well-deserved honor, and couldn't be happier for him. Had to wait a little bit to get in. But for me, he's been a Hall of Fame from day one I met him.
There was no pressure on me that I was never going to get in. I felt like that it had to happen sooner or later.
Kind of like the Cup.
Right, exactly like the Cup. and for me, the biggest concern was that, I wanted my parents to be part of it.
They will be part of it, just as they have his entire hockey career. At Amalie Arena, Lindsay Liquori, Spectrum Sports.